Hi guys, great to see you again and welcome back to the Sanctuary Moon. My name's Tim. FFG have been kind enough to release an awful lot of Legion stuff in the last couple of days, so I'm going to race through a lot of unboxing videos with you, hopefully go through what's inside them, some of the interesting cards that come with them, and anything about the models that you might want to know before you purchase them. Okay, and now it's time to look at the clones. So a very similar setup to what we've seen before, with the other kind of trooper specialists, the droids being the exception. We've got the kind of trifecta of cards, defensive push, smoke grenades, electro binoculars. So you buy one of each of these sets, you can have 4 of those cards, or 3, sorry, 4 of some of them. You got your standard kind of clone squad, so you can run these as normal. They come with additional guns. The nice thing is every one of them comes with a kind of bare head as well. So if you wanted to run them outside of their masked form, you can. It's down there somewhere, and each one of the heads are individual, so it's not like giving you they are identical because they're clones, but each one's got a different haircut. So it gives you that ability. Of course, you've got your cardboards, nothing fancy, we know what that looks like, and then you've got your kind of instructions showing you how to put them together, plus the variances, and of course the rules in the back for anything we're not familiar with. So standard fare thus far. So there's a real kind of similarity, is that the right word? Anyway, they're all very similar, the kind of card sets, if you exclude the droids, because here's your clone captain. Same stuff, gives you the upgrade for a training upgrade and he's your unit leader. Obviously a bit more pricey because he's a clone, but there, go figure. So I'm not going to focus on the card, I'm just going to focus on this nice looking model. Very dynamic, got the cloak on, so he's going to be a bit more matchy with your kind of Rex and maybe the ARC Troopers as they come out in the future. But a very nice dynamic pose, which looks really, really good. Your specialist, same as before, 17 points this time, but you are able to gain a additional upgrade for a gear upgrade, and you get to gain a dodge or a surge. So surge is a much bigger thing for the clones with their ability to a token share. And there you go, there's our guy running with his goggles. Now I do think I'll put a different head on this guy. I think he's supposed to have his goggles down, but I thought it made more sense for him to have his goggles up, and I'll show you that in a second. But he's got a nice little satchel, he's got a rugged little plastic backpack on the back of him. It looks really good. He really does look like he's a kind of deep jungle explorer, which is why he's our specialist. But a nice model. Now, next up is the rocket launcher. Cumbersome, impact 2, 26 points. Range 2 to 4. I think we've seen virtually the same thing before in terms of its stat line. But it's nice to have it on another trooper just in case you wanted it, because I think clones could do a bit more easy access to impact. Red, black, and a white, so we're going to be doing some decent damage. I think you should expect to get the use out of that impact too. In all fairness, I think you should expect statistically your red and your black to kind of give you a hit. Whether or not it'll get much use remains to be seen. I think when the tanks come out, we're going to all be seeing a lot of these. And here it is, same rocket launch you have seen before. If you've got any of the miniatures, such as the speeder or the or just the regular troopers. But this guy's, I gave him the helmet. I thought that made more sense. This is the one difference that I've noticed between these ones. The Stormtrooper one has a kind of attachment there, which would, I guess, replace the need to have the camera on the helmet, because it essentially seems to be like a viewfinder, where these guys seem to need to have a sight finder on the helmet. I'm not really sure why. But anyway, just like the other ones, you've got a nice little pauldron for decoration, so they can make these guys stand out. And you've got the kind of cloak, so it makes them a bit more specific and a bit more cool looking. But nicely, they've drilled the barrel hole. I think I had to do this on my Stormtroopers and my rockets myself, which is fine, dandy, I don't mind doing it. But it's nice that they've done it, because it's pain and I can't be bothered sometimes. But the miniature's really nice, and like I said, you can just run this with a gun, and it's going to look like a nice addition to your regular unit. But in this case, I'm going to be running it as a rocket. But really like that one. Next is your DP-23. 2 blacks and a white with Pierce 1, which is good. First access to Pierce, I believe the clone troopers have got. So that means you're going to get pushed through a bit of damage, which is good. Short range, which is a bit of a, I guess, well, I don't want to say a kicker, but a bit disappointing that you're going to have to get right up close to get the benefit of that Pierce. But still, it's the first time they've had that, so that's not to be sniffed at. 27 points, which does seem quite costly, if I'm entirely honest with you, for what it does. But I think you are paying that premium for Pierce. But there's your figure, a bit more of a beefy gun. Got the backpack on, so we kind of another kind of robust looking model. Bit more detail on the shoulders. Got the cloak on. Got a kind of not pauldron, a bandolier across the chest. Really nice model. I'm not sure about this one. I'll give this one a go in terms of the card. I'm not really sure what I feel about it, but in terms of the figure, really gonna be nice to have that on the table. And I think all four of these are gonna make great additions to any squad if you just want to make them a bit more diverse looking and a bit more something a bit more different about them. But yeah, really a big fan of these guys. Right, and that's the lot. So I think in close we can see that there's a lot of comparison between the Storms, the Rebels, and the clones in terms of what you get with them. They're all analogous. The droids break them all a bit, but not significantly. They're still pretty similar. The difference being a couple of different kind of cards with them, and a little less similarity in some of the upgrades. But yeah, really nice set. Right, and that's the new expansion packs for the trooper upgrades for all the factions. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed that. Please remember to like and subscribe. The next episodes will be on Optive, Luke and Vader, and another episode on the new crashed escape pod and the new Imperial bunker as well, which are also released at the same time. This has been my first episode for the Blame the Dice guys, so please do remember to make sure you're looking at their channel because they have a much wider selection of videos than I have previously done in terms of Warhammer and Necromunda and Armada and X-Wing and all sorts of kind of products that you can look at. So yeah, not just limited to Legion and Terrain with me. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. Do like and subscribe. Stick around for the next episodes. See you soon. Bye for now.